beloved viewer, welcome to yet again another exciting episode of the Youth Voice Show here on Hope Channel, Uganda. And hosting this conversation tonight, my name is Edison Masereka. Tonight, we are discussing something quite pertinent, delayed commitment. Why church youth are seemingly uninterested in marriage. Why church youth are seemingly uninterested in marriage. Some years back, if you ask the generation of our parents, most men committed by around 23, 25, and our mothers 19, 21, 23, they were already getting married. But today, you will meet someone of 30 and it's very normal. It's not even somewhere crossing their mind that they should get married. Why is it happening like this? Why aren't our youth as interested in marriage like it was before? What's going wrong? What are we supposed to do? Why are families breaking down? Why don't young people want to go into marriages? Today, it's so easy to hear stories of single parenthood or young women who just want to get a child, and that's enough, but they're not looking at commitment altogether. Why is it happening like this? And that's what we're going to be expounding on today. And to help us unpack this conversation, I am having faces which have been here before. And on my extreme right, I am having my good brother, Moses Sechanzi. Moses is a marketing officer with, remind me of the organization again. Starhands and the other company for homes?
Easy Housing.
Easy Housing, thank you. He's a marketing officer for Easy Housing and is the founder of? Starhands, yes, thank you very much. And then right in the middle here, the ladies have decided to put on red. Yes, I am having my very good friend and sister, Miss Lian Chitimbo, who is a student of Creative Multimedia at Limco Queen University. Glad to have you back on the show.
Thank you very much.
Valentine's has come so early for you. And then I'm having my very good friend and sister, Miss Deborah Cantono, engineer. She's waiting for her graduation. She's been studying at Makerere University.
Yes.
Glad to have you back on this show.
Thank you.
We are discussing delayed commitment, why church youth are seemingly uninterested in marriage. We are all single here, right?
Single? Yes, we are.
No one is married.
Yeah?
Yes, no one is married. Moses.
Yes, please.
At what age do you hope to get married?
At what age do I hope to get married?
Yes.
I think at 27.
At 27? How many years remaining?
One.
Oh, that's close. You must be... now, for the ladies, I know that these things may not be so much in your control because you are not the one who decides that you should get married. Someone else has to propose and it comes to your place. But if you were to control something, at what age do you think you'd get married? Don't worry, I will not ask you how many years are remaining. I'm just asking. At what age do you wish to get married? Yes.
For me, I think most of the students who usually finish our graduation in the early 20s.
Yes.
That is 23, 24, 25. I think it's better if you you finish your studies at around 23. It's good to prepare your mind at least for a year.
Oh, for a year? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Making research about marriage, seeing how things are moving. So at around 25, 26.
For a lady, I think yes, a year after school is okay. Maybe you have the same school
24, 25.
24, 25. Okay. Recently I was 27 and I was told I was in my late 20s and it kept me worried. So, when did 27 become late 20s?
It's late now I am because 28, 29, 30.
Now I am 28, so I'm actually in my late 20s. I am so much worried. I'm getting too old. But you see now, as you head towards the 30s, now to us the ladies, the gents rather, the pressure is accumulating the more.
Exactly.
A few years ago, I was just in my mid-20s, 25, and I'm still young. But right now, actually, people begin asking very many questions. Actually, I'm at this point where somehow I don't want to mention my age. By God's grace, I look younger. I can easily pass for a 24-year-old young man.
Yeah.
The pressure is getting worse.
But the pressure is getting worse. Everything will happen, but my mother won't forget my age.
Yeah.
And she will keep pushing.
Stable.
But I want us to look at that.
Yeah.
Why are church youth seemingly uninterested in marriage? I know marriage is the bedrock of our church. When family has issues, our church has issues. But why do you think this is happening?
Yeah, seemingly uninterested. That word, seemingly uninterested. Yeah, it is really seemingly uninterested because you can find people that are ready. They want to get someone, but they cannot get someone. Then there are also some ladies, you see, maybe they are looking for some specific person. So they'll be seemingly uninterested. They have that pressure boiling inside that I should be married by now. But they're just seemingly uninterested. And I think it is fear. One is fear. The biggest reason is fear because the gents usually... someone mentioned that the ladies have a biological clock and the gents have a financial clock because the gents want to get married. That's why they decide they want to get married by the time they have this. Maybe they have this assets, they have this money, so they can pick you from your home and then make a family with you. But then now ladies have a financial clock because, trust me, like we have said, those 20s, that is the age where someone will look most beautiful, yeah? Because when you grow, you're going to age, things will come, you try to keep up, but that is the age you look most beautiful. And if it starts passing, you see, you start going far away from the age you should be married. So you start having that fear within you. But then that fear of deciding, first of all, men fear because they may not be financially stable. That's where patience comes in, even with the ladies. And the other thing is fear of committing to a person who is not the right person. Yeah, because you can fear to commit because you're not sure, but what if? You might even be ready as a man, but you're like, will this be really a good wife? And you're still being skeptical about a lot of things. So it will make you seem uninterested, yet you might be interested, but you have some fears. Yeah.
Yes, Lily.
Some stories which we hear from people who are married or just within the societies sometimes scares us because the rate of divorce is moving higher, it's growing day by day, and you feel like, what is going to be so different to my marriage in order not to break up? So sometimes that fear and the words which are resounding to our minds usually scare us not to go for marriage or not to commit into marriages. Another thing is fear of responsibilities. Now the little Lily is going to get pregnant after getting married for a year. I'm just imagining carrying the baby for the 9 months.
A baby carrying a baby.
A baby carrying a baby for a 9 months. And also to the side of the men, of the people who are husbands, maybe to a wife, the responsibilities. I have to look after my...
Just imagine you're the father of the house and everything is looking up to you.
The woman, that pressure, the woman, and you know those pregnant people always somewhere, it's hurting, you have to bring something on the table, and you are not usually financially stable.
The
sometimes
child is sick in the middle of the night and he's supposed to figure out what to do.
And when I have to keep on paying these bills increases, the school fees, the what, so wherever someone feels like, I think about that, the responsibilities which are going to accumulate. You know, Marcelika has been alone, thinking of what to eat alone, decides whether to come back at 10. But again,
you can decide to skip supper and it's okay. But when you have a kid,
the kid cannot skip with you.
And lastly, sometimes as youth, we have fears that when I get married, I'll not be able to put on the one putting on. There are some dresses which I'm going to put aside because I'm going to become Chala elder. How can I put on a dress which is not matching up to the trend of being an elder's wife? I'll not be limited to some places where I go. I'm married. They don't expect me to be in, even if I'm married and I'm still at campus. There are some events which I say, these ones I'll not attend. because these are the youth. They are going to do
As
this.
a married woman, you know,
And for me,
what are you doing out
what
at
am I
10
doing
PM?
out at that 10
Can't
PM?
go out with the girls, hang out with the girls anymore.
Yeah, so I
Those
think
weekend overnights at the girls' place.
Yeah. That's it, bro.
Because you
so.
have kids.
So many things usually are making people to hang out, saying,
Okay.
"I think I have some time, even though you are aging, but I'm still enjoying life." Yeah. Yeah.
All right. On behalf of the men, I cannot kickstart this conversation without mentioning the financial and economic pressure. This thing is delaying so many young people from getting married. The poor financial position, the job insecurities, and then the biggest problem is the highest bride price expectation. I once tested myself to say if I'm really fit for marriage. I had to inquire from an advisor on someone who organizes the kuchala, the introduction and the wedding stuff. And I'm like, Naesebo, what is the lowest price I can incur when I choose to? And the guy was like, 40 million, you can do that. And I'm like, me with my 40 million, preparing for marriage. So the expectations are so
How do
high.
you serve that by 27?
And I also asked him, I was like, and he was like, Boba Mugagotia, we have to kusondera money for marriage and all that.
I am one
I'm
person
like,
who
I'm
doesn't
that
want to
one
burden
person who
people.
doesn't want to start requesting people, Bambi, something like that. So
I
such a
don't- this
thing
might be
might
extreme,
delay.
But I'm one person who does not even want to create a WhatsApp group
Yeah.
for people. Maybe I can create a WhatsApp group for my core team, the ones who are organizing, but not for everyone to join and then I be there begging people.
You get. Even people want to be begged all the time. Even if when they have to do something, they want you to say, well, help me and
To show
all
their
that.
need.
Yeah.
That is why people are adopting this thing of civil marriage, because they say, we are going to be few. I'm not going to spend a lot, and people continue to adopt that, buying that idea of not spending
But
so
I think
much.
of Mikolo, by the way, I think that's important. Trust me. And I think from the world of young men,
Yeah.
we want to get married. We
Honestly.
want to get
Yeah.
married.
Including me.
But Mikolo, guys.
Nicolo is too extravagant,
That
and
money.
the pressure, because sometimes you might say, when my time reaches, I want to be decent and I won't do too much, but the pressure will build up from friends, from whoever did the other one. Now there's some wedding that has been before yours, so you want to meet up. But I strongly believe if we agree together, because you may want to get married, but then you want something decent. But then me, the wife, I want to show my friends that I'm going, what and what. But if
Expensive
we sit
gown.
down and agree very well, and there's some good principles that mentioned in the book Adventist Home, the marriage can be decent and you can live happily ever after. Yeah.
You don't have to invite 10 villages,
Yes.
right? 10
And you
churches,
don't have to
right?
do that mega tent that is going
Some
to
of us
take
are
all that
celebrities.
money.
Brother Moses, they see you on Hope Channel. You want
How
You want
can
to
you-
go viral on
you want your
TikTok.
wedding to feature on My
Hey.
Day, Hope Channel.
There's no way your wedding can go viral on TikTok if it is not
If it's
actually.
not...
Yeah, so
But haven't you seen these white people weddings where they just buy the lake and a few guests?
I love them.
That's like my ideal wedding, man. Like, I just want like a few guests. But the problem, we're into so many people.
Our
Yeah,
girls
and
don't
Masaka,
like
someone
them.
will see you married and then you didn't invite me.
didn't
invite
Are we
me.
really friends?
Even the
Yeah.
traditional way, people will say, "How can the daughter of this man
Go like
for
that?"
that? We have been waiting. We are the people
think
who
I'm
have
going to
made
know-
that girl to
I think
grow
I'm
the
going
way
to know-
she is."
I think I'm going to know that she's the one when she's not into a big party.
When it's time for introduction, they are going to introduce to you to 30 singers, 30 mothers, 30 fathers, and bakos. And you're like, do you want
Yeah.
me to take your daughter and suffer?
And not everyone has done something. Those people just come out because of the events.
Yeah.
They're not even supported you and they're...
Yeah.
And by the way, you spend all this money, a few months after getting together, you can't do some things, and they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, are laughing at you. But they ate the money on... you fed 500 guests.
Yeah.
Getting back on your
You took
foot
it to-
becomes a
Like,
problem.
recently, I went to a place, a very beautiful place. It's somewhere in Chira. I won't mention its name. But I was asking, they have a very beautiful place for venues. You can, introductions and that. You know, they give you a place, like where you put like maybe your party of like 200 guests, but there is a flat there where you can be able to rest and maybe sleep as a couple, and it comes with that. And so I asked how much if I want to bring a party, and they said these gardens, to access it, our smallest garden, it's 3.5 million. And I'm like, so now 3.5 has gone on the venue. She wants to put on a gown of 2.5.
Makeup.
A changing dress of 800.
Makeup 1 million.
A bridal entourage. She wants a bridal entourage. These days,
Decoration.
decoration.
Branded
You want-
cars.
You want 10 bridesmaids. He wants 10 groomsmen.
Okay.
Do you know, like, even only being part of the wedding, like that bridesmaid, it can stress a person because it is too much. Now you need to hire. Sometimes you need
Now,
to put in
people do,
some money.
What I've seen my friends do, like for bridesmaids, now like me, I don't want very many groomsmen. I think with me, a best man would be enough. A best man would be
With
enough.
you.
Yes,
But with
me.
your
A
wife,
best man
it may
would be
not
enough.
be.
And perhaps if my wife only wants a bridesmaid, a matron one, that would be enough. But if extra people have to come in, I have no problem if they will dress themselves.
If they
Like
will
my
dress
friend
themselves.
says, the shoe is on me, the suit is on me, don't worry.
Don't
I have
worry.
no problem.
That is
but if
very
I have
good.
To spend on them.
Yeah, but not sometimes you're the one who chooses them.
Yes,
Now, I want you to be part of my. Then now it comes back to me. But yeah. But we can do weddings that are decent.
So actually, the
Let's
problem
leave
is
that
not
pressure.
The problem may not be that young people are fearing marriage altogether.
Yeah.
But the things that come with it, the responsibility that
costs.
comes with being married, and now I want us to first digest the issue of the Mikolo. How should we go about this?
We can have decent Mikolo. We can have decent Mikolo because what comes with a lot of money is pleasing people. And you want people to see that Bantute, they have gotten me from my home, and
She's a doctor.
20 cars have come.
Your engineer Deborah. Your
Yes.
friends from Makerere are going
Yes,
to come.
I am engineer, but now after seeing that, what is it going to help
About
you?
your dad's circles. That's another thing, your dad's circles.
We
Putting
can
it
do something.
through.
This and Edson, let me tell you, like we are now the ones
Your
going
father's-
into
your
that.
father's business colleagues, how do they see their daughter, his daughter just going like
How
that?
do they see? What will they do after seeing? So it begins with us who are here. We are all not yet married, but we have learned that we can have decent weddings. But if we want to keep up that trend, trust me, we're going to get more expensive because you'll see some good car. It must
Let me
also
ask
be
you
on
guys,
mine.
Does it have to be expensive for it to be classy?
No.
By the
Actually.
Moses, you're into these things. You're into
Yeah.
housing
Yeah,
and what?
exactly.
You're into events and that.
Yeah, it's dance
Does it
events.
have to be expensive for it to be classy?
Where I come from or where I was born from, the moment they will hear that I've done a wedding, an introduction and Kuchala that costed 50 million, they might even disown me. Because for them, they really don't care about that. But then the society is where we are. The friends, the
Society.
people around us, the woman you're willing to take, all these people influence a lot. But to me, it doesn't really have to be expensive. There are so many ways you can creatively do things.
Yes.
Yeah, I've looked, I'm that person who always look on Pinterest.
Yes.
After getting a photo from Pinterest, I always ask people in Uganda, can't we recreate this?
Can't we
You see,
recreate
there are so
this?
many Pinterest ideas there. The car decoration is cute, nice in a nice
And
greenery
this is
with
not
nice
that
seats. And when you
expensive.
show it to someone, it's like, me, I want to explain. You know,
And you
Crystal
see,
is
since
in-
he
there are
has
so
a
many
year to
companies do decorating.
Since he has a year to go, if he makes something like that, when Edison comes in, he will copy, and then we go on like having something decent, and then
You know,
it
like
is very
these
beautiful.
these natural flowers. I've seen people do like natural flower decor, like maybe for their entrance and that. And not these natural flowers you're going to buy at a supermarket. Like you just go, like those of us who come from up country.
Yeah.
There are these ones which just grow on their own. And people collect a variety, and you have beautiful. These days I've seen some Ugandan people coming up with that for small events. And people are doing that. People are making heavy money out of that for just decorating for you natural flowers. And they have not spent a lot to get them.
Yeah.
Yes. So we were talking about, does it have to be expensive for it to be classy?
No.
No. Me, I think it starts with a couple. You sit down, you check into your finances. How are we earning?
How much are we able to put in?
How,
far
yeah,
can we
because you cannot just wake up and say, I'm going to have a wedding next week. But it starts from the mind, then the couple sits. You know, it usually comes back to the side of the ladies. People are expecting much.
Yeah.
so many kilograms of rice, crates. They usually even take some pic just to show the what?
You want that
the
drone
items.
shot, that drone shot to come out and
to show
Nice.
that really this person brings things.
I saw one, and this guy's family came, and I'm just going to put it into English, and they were like, "We are sorry for making your compound dirty." And
You know?
what they were talking about were the gifts that had littered the compound. And it was a statement of bragging, eh? But now they were telling them,
Yeah.
to sonyo olokudugaza olujalo, something like that. Because of the very many gifts they have brought, and you want that drone shot to come out and show
Nice.
gifts littered all over the compound.
So it's better always, we as ladies, we know our parents need much because they have invested, but also the boys are invested in. So it's up to you to go and sit with your parents, discuss according to the relationship I'm going to go in. We are not having much, but we have something to start with.
Yeah.
At least accept, so that when you go, it is already in their mind.
Yes.
Not to say sajare so want but
Before
if you discuss with them,
discussion,
other
that
people
is very good.
it doesn't concern, it's not so a big issue
Okay.
because they are just going to come attend, but the parents in mind will say, I think this person has done the best.
And realize those
Has
gifts may not have a contribution to the stability of the marriage.
marriage.
They will bring a lot of things, but then the girl will be choked there because they paid a lot of
People that have divorced after mega weddings.
Yes, mega weddings.
People divorce.
People get loans even
Because
to
now
get
we have
married.
realized, Edison, that the thing behind all this show is just to show
The people, not
the
you.
people, not you, because marriage is
And
bigger
you see,
than just
problem
the
is that
wedding.
The couple is spending time to concentrate on what others are going to
see.
than
And what
actually
they're going
building
to
and working on the ties that actually
Yes.
bind them. I think that's a big problem.
Like I've ever seen someone who cancels a meeting with the pastor. You know that the pastor who is going to
Yes.
meet
Counseling,
them,
like,
counseling. So someone said, "No, I have to go and try out the what?
The gown.
dress. I cannot." So someone misses the appointment with the pastor because they need to try out the
Meet
what?
the service provider.
Meet the service provider. And now you see what the pastor is going to say may keep you in marriage for more years than even the gown you're going to do what. So we need to put our priorities straight. We need to
mentioned
leave the
something-
show.
She mentioned something about you, the sisters, making this Moses' job easier. Do you think there is anything that you ladies can help out with? Because most cases, by the way, guys want to save the money, you want to, but most cases the pressure comes from
Helping out, like to prevent spending a
helping out
lot.
to prevent overspending.
Yeah, it comes with understanding that we are not going to spend 200 million and then we go hungry in the home.
Do you think you could even explain to your father? Okay, I'm not saying I'm just going to bring a few things. Okay, I'll bring the basics which are supposed to be brought. But how do I avoid going into extravagance and going into borrowing and spending more than my
borrowing
means
for
to
the
come and make your
wedding.
people happy?
Yeah, like she said, sit down on a table and talk like big people. Because even if your parents need too much things, you'll end up being there because they say a man who cannot bring this is not taking you. And are they happy seeing you home for all the time without getting married? They want to see you in a happy marriage. So sit down and talk about
Now I'm
these
afraid we have
things.
to go for the break, even though this conversation is interesting. But before we go for the break, there are these parents of the daughters who say, I educated my daughter, I prepared her, you can't.
I prepared her. She has
My
a
friend,
master's.
By the time I am able to come for your daughter,
Me
it
too.
means my parents also prepared me. I'm not literate.
Yeah.
should
You
pay me.
prepared
By
your
the way, you
daughter,
didn't come
my
with-
parents prepared me as well.
Indian
And that's why I'm
culture.
able to come and...
Approach such
Yes.
a class.
In India, the woman pays
Uh-huh.
the parents.
We should
so
go to India.
at least we should adopt that and
We
see
take a
how it
break,
feels.
we
That
take a
one
break,
doesn't work
And we come back shortly. Keep it Hope Channel Uganda. Welcome back from that very short break, and this is the Youth Voice Show here on Hope Channel, Uganda. Before we went for the break, we were discussing delayed commitment and why church youth are seemingly uninterested in marriage. And the major thing we had looked at in the first segment was that they are not uninterested in marriage, but it's the responsibility that come with being married, and the fears about commitment, and also the expectations when it comes to the functions that lead to being married. And I want us to end the thing of the Mikolo by just talking about creativity and simplicity. And then we shall move to other factors why young people are delaying to marry. What do you think young people can do to be creative in their functions, that by the end of the day, you are not spending too much money, but at the same day, it's not as ordinary as everyone else's? How do you bring in a touch of uniqueness in a simple way?
A touch of uniqueness. I've thought about a good venue that might not be a common venue that everyone uses, but you realize that it may even be somehow more expensive, but it's going to save a lot of other things that come along the other.
You don't have to do too much decor to make it look
too much
beautiful.
decoration, you know. Now the money goes on the venue, so you can be more creative to choose a good venue for your wedding. Then also you can colors. You know, like this is a world of colors. God is a creative God. He's a God of colors. You can just choose some unique colors. Then your attire, the environment around, it will make the wedding special. Yeah. Colors, venue.
What do you think?
First of all, as a person, you know, it all falls on both sides. You have to make some good research. Because if you say you talked about the venue of 3.5, and it can be the same way it is at one end. So making research and knowing what you really want, because first of all, it sets in the mind. You draw that picture of how your wedding what has to be. But if you go on making research, because you can put on a gown for almost 5 million, and even if you put on the one for 2 million can work on you.
Yeah, and you look more smart.
Yeah, you look more beautiful. But if you don't make research, you are going to fall on the one for 5 million. You don't even come out. The appearance doesn't even come out well. So it's good you give it time. If you're planning to have a wedding maybe in a year, so keep making research from the people who have already gone through it, and also make research in different places according to the service providers which you want to use.
Thank you.
All right. One thing I've always wished for is I wish people could understand me and understand the reason as why I'm doing something. There, I wouldn't find it so hard to do something that I really feel like I can possibly do. Adding to our point, research. I'm that person who always wants to explore and look out to see what really works better. I can't imagine myself. I always asking Google, how much does a wedding in Texas cost? I know I'll never have a wedding in Texas, but I want to see. Because these are some of the people that inspire us. The people who look at and we are like, wow, this is beautiful. I've Googled in Texas, in Washington, everywhere. And Google can tell you that even with $10,000, you can do a wedding in Texas. But that comes back to priorities, what you actually want. Like, do you want to save or do you want to be extravagant?
Will everyone be able to
If you
go
want
in
to be
Texas?
extravagant, do you have the money to become extravagant? If the answer is no, then look for possible ways you can save and creatively do something.
Simplicity at its
What
best.
I've also heard from my friends who have gotten married, they have also quite often mentioned the issue of setting priorities, right?
Yeah,
Like
priorities.
decide your non-negotiables. Like personally, I want her to look good. So her gown really has to be beautiful and something that will make her comfortable.
Exactly.
I've always seen some brides walking and I'm like, they are very uncomfortable on their big day. So I want her to be comfortable in the gown. Number 2, I should also really dress smart. I don't have to go to a very expensive tailor. I know some very good tailors, and they don't charge too much for wedding suits. Then the venue has to be beautiful. What am I doing with the venue? One of the things which people spend on so much are numbers to feed. Number 1. I am not putting it where I have so many relatives. I want to cut on the numbers. But only the essential people travel. Like, I come from a village. I come from people who believe so much in community. You have to do something for like 10 churches, 10 villages. So I want to have it away from them, so that it's only the most important people to me who come. The others find it quite inconveniencing to come. And I'm telling you, by the end of the day, they will complain.
Yeah.
But you have saved.
Exactly.
They will say, it won't kill
Because
you.
you want pleasure.
People will
I
always
used to grow up,
complain.
my teacher used to tell me, I was studying in Bundibujo where there is no Luganda, but I had a teacher who spoke Luganda. So she would say something I would not understand until I later got to learn Luganda. That
It's a bit
I never used to understand it until I grew up and like, okay, when an eagle comes to steal the chicks of a hen, and the hen curses, it does not kill the eagle. So they will
Survival.
curse, they will say, you left us out, you had it alone.
But you know why you
but
did
you
it.
know why you did it.
Yeah.
You saved money. By the end of the day, when you're driving, just a few months after your wedding, because you saved something. By the even money, I know some people who have saved off money that people collected for them. I know there are some people who have so much social capital that people can collect for you like 100 million. It doesn't mean you spend all the money because they collected it for you. I mean, by the end of the day, it's still to your disposal to use it. I agree with your comment, and you're like, okay, guys, I have this money, but trust me, you are not using all of it. And after some time, they see you driving just after your mukolo. You even be able to give a mortgage on your home, and you get a home and you live rent. It's something like that. And you live a comfortable life.
Someone told me that even if people don't eat on your wedding, but you have a very nice honeymoon, the conversation of not eating will stop on the wedding.
I think
Is it your plan?
personally, I want to. I also want to
but
prioritize food. As an African, I know omkolo, amere, like people are going to leave your wedding cursing if they don't eat.
If they don't
like,
eat, you are right.
If I have my 150 guests, the first person on the line should get the same food as the last person on the line. I have always been disappointed if I don't eat first, and all I eat is rice and meat. When others have had
And
like
soup,
a whole
not even meat.
a whole,
And the greens, the pumpkins are
so,
done.
I'd rather invite my few guests and all of them have the same experience of food.
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
telling you, when people have eaten, they will have had the best wedding in the world.
Exactly.
Rather than you having like 500 guests and you can only comfortably feed 250 of
Yeah,
them.
people
And the
go
rest,
back
I went
hungry.
for a friend's wedding and some of his high-profile guests never ate. Like, your ushers don't know your people. Like, for you have your people who gave you big monies, but your ushers don't know them. So for them, they are taking table by table. They don't know who is close to who knows you like how, who has contributed the biggest. By the end of the day, someone gave you 500,000 shillings and they are not eating food, and the person who gave you 10K, or relative who didn't give you anything, is eating all the best food in the world.
Yeah, right.
Set your priorities right.
Priorities,
Guys,
yeah.
we can have this for the whole day.
Yeah,
But I want us to go to other factors, to why young people are delaying to marry.
I think another thing that we can't go without noticing is the shift in priorities of the young people nowadays. Many young people are shifting to other priorities, like they prioritize education, traveling, becoming financially stable. I've had so many young girls, I want to become a boss lady. You have no idea where this boss lady, what they went through to become boss lady. So I think the shift in priorities is something that is
engineering
delaying.
degree,
Yeah.
plus COVID, those are 5 years, and she wants a master's before she gets married.
That is a
I'm
very
not saying
serious
she's the one,
bottleneck.
but perhaps someone out there.
A very serious bottleneck,
Yes,
because by the time you have your PhD, I think a few people will be, what do they do? Kusia? Like
How many PhDs below 35
So it's already
we have in our
crazy
church?
by then.
So Debbie, you want to get a PhD before you get married?
That's
You're already
wrong.
reducing the sample space down
Sample
to...
And that's what
Space.
most of the young people are doing nowadays, shifting priorities.
Priorities
Know when to do
actually.
things. If it is time for marriage, go in for marriage. Study after.
Just get someone who shares your vision.
If it's
Someone
travel,
who is okay with you going back to school
Yeah.
and adding on.
if it's
After
traveling, travel
marriage.
with your partner
Yes.
after marriage. Yeah.
Another reason could be that so many people are having traumas, they are heartbroken. Like someone, if that person sits down and says, should I try this relationship? And at a certain point, he remembers what he or she went through in their previous relationship. maybe that person will say, I'm not trying to do this.
There is this song which has been trending. Well, what's the song? But it has something like, it's not your fault, but those who are there before you broke the heart. And there is nothing left for you. For you.
That song.
So that one is really perturbing this issue. People are fearing. It's like I've tried to be in a relationship with Edison, and it started off well, but at the end, it did not end the way we wanted. And then he comes in, says, Lily, I'm here for you. I'm ready to marry you. And this person also has another intentions, not to marry me, but to get something from what? From me. So wherever you try different people, things are not coming out. Then people decide to say maybe marriage. Me as a person, I was created not to get married. Someone said that not everyone is going to get married.
And that's true, by the way.
And Pastor Kajoba once said that you people, even if you die without getting married, it's not a sin. And yesterday, Ahel told us that the things which are so crucial in the Bible, the 10 Commandments, marriage is not a must.
It's not.
It's not a must. So that trauma on the mind, the pain people which go through
the heartbreaks,
usually
discourage
them to go in for the marriage.
Yeah.
Some people, okay, you're going to talk about your point, but some people delay to marry because they are waiting for the one.
The one.
They're waiting for that specific
Mr.
person.
Right.
Mr. Right, Mrs.
Like a missing piece of them. And when they meet that person, they will get married. And they're already 35 and the person hasn't come through. Every time they're dating someone and things are going south, they think they're not the one, they drop them.
Now you read my mind because I was going to talk about it's an ancient Chinese story where a teacher would call students to choose one of his hands, and then one hand would be having a gold coin. But then if you would choose the empty hand, he would beat you, like he would beat you with that fist. If you would choose the one with a gold coin, you would go away with it. So students used to always fear because they would say, no, let me just, because it was so precious that when you would exchange it with money, it would be more money. So the students would always fear, and whenever you would come, the teacher would, are you sure you want to do this? And he was an experienced fighter. So when he would beat you, you would face it rough. So there's this one boy who needed money for the mother, and he said, I really want that gold coin. So he went and boldly chose a hand. I'm just summarizing the story. But when he chose a hand, the teacher beat him, and then he fell down. So when the teacher unfolded his fist like this, there was the coin. So people were wondering, why did the teacher have to beat him? Yet he chose yet it's the right hand. Now when the teacher unfolded both hands, there were 2 coins. This one had, and this one also had. So he gave the boy 2 of the coins, and then the boy went out, and it was just enough to fulfill whatever he wanted. He wanted to treat his mother. But what did the teacher want to teach these people? That in every good thing that you'll get, there must be pain.
Yes.
Now, that point you've said, young people fear to choose the wrong person. And of course, you shouldn't choose the wrong person because you're going to commit your life. But you need to let go of some things, because there will always be men better than your man, and there will always be ladies more beautiful than your wife. So you need to choose. You cannot choose someone without that pain, because you're not going to find that perfect one, because after 2 months you'll say, but this girl is also not yet married. I wish I had. But committing to marriage means you're supposed to now decide, have the right mind, and say, there will always be someone better than this one. But I'm going to choose out this one, because we're not perfect beings. You need to commit and choose out. But if you're waiting for someone who is going to tick all the boxes, that person may not be there. But there needs to be some pain of foregoing. And some men do not want to commit because they think they'll always find a beautiful woman, which is not the case. You'll always find a beautiful woman, yes, but not every beautiful woman is going to be your wife. So you need to choose your wife. Even if you find more other beautiful women, you'll be contented with you. This is my rib. This is what God chose for me, because I believe God has a rib taken out of you that He created for you. So there'll always be people better than that person, but you need to choose that person. Yes.
Making a choice to get married is something which is hard, because you have different priorities. This is where you're going to find this man is well off, financially stable, but he's so arrogant. but he has most of the qualities which you need in a what? In a man. Because you always have priorities. I want a lady with big bums, with nice eyes, with light-skinned. And you find out that you have found this lady, but you cannot handle her ways. She's so abusive. She doesn't respect you, and so other issues. This is where you have to pray to God.
Yeah.
In anything, deciding if you have that thing in mind that now I'm ready for the marriage, it's always God who can get you for you something. Because they said getting a partner is it is a disease. You have your disease, I have my disease, but am I able to handle your disease?
What can you tolerate?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
can you tolerate? Yeah.
Because this
Don't
one
just
is,
go for
if
anyone.
someone is having cancer and someone is having headache, then it's the ball is in your hands to decide, should I go with this one? Yes, this one for the cancer has money, but is this person going to take long? But the headache, it can come to them tomorrow.
It goes.
Goes away. So it's up to you as a person in making a decision and having a choice. But in all, ask God.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing I've noticed is that nowadays things are so specialized, like especially in our church. Someone is going to tell you, pray, just keep praying, the one and only will come. I think that's completely wrong. You have to be prepared for marriage. You have to master your communication skills when it comes to dating.
You know how to shoot your shots.
You have to be in position to assess your compatibility with someone. Look at someone and you're like, are you really compatible?
Compatible.
Another thing to be prepared for is the emotional intelligence. There are so many great things that are going to happen along the way, during especially the dating process. Are you emotionally okay to fight all the battles in the relationship? Self-awareness. So make sure you prepare yourself in the way you communicate. Be in position to assess the compatibility of you two people, and also be emotionally steady, such that when things that might break you come in, you are good to go. Like
God
you
is
are
not
ready
going
to
to
fight
just
them.
bring that Eve.
It's not
By
just
the way,
praying.
there is a
and
book I read,
then
I'm just
get the one
forgetting the
and only.
title. But God chooses for us a spouse.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But God puts the ball in our hands. It's like when the referee gives you a penalty. That's a very easy way of scoring a goal. But at the same time, you can misfire it, right? The referee won't score. All he does is blow the whistle and give you a green light.
And
But
you
it's
go.
still up to you to score.
Exactly.
And it's the same way God treats us with getting for us a spouse. God won't bring a church sister and say, marry this one here. No. Like God has given us information and injunctions in his word that we should follow to guide us. But he will not say, okay, now she's not, there's that fallacy of the one is not there. There's no particular person. By the way, at any given time, if you want to marry, if I decide to get married right now, God will give me someone suitable for me now. And if I decide to wait and marry 5 years from now, perhaps the person who would be suitable for me right now would have gotten married. 5 years from now, God will choose for me someone suitable for me at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
And if
At that point,
if
that
I wait
specific
until
time.
35, God will still get me someone suitable at that time. That's why people, their spouses die, and they still remarry and still live happily ever after.
Exactly.
So there's nothing like this one person when you're waiting for God to choose for you.
Yeah.
What should we do as young people? Study God's instructions on how to choose a spouse, and let that knowledge guide
Yeah,
you.
let that knowledge,
Yes,
because
that knowledge.
sometimes we don't even read, but we have a vast
Yes.
source. The Bible is that we have the spirit of prophecy.
Yes.
We have Adventist home, we have messages to young people, letters to young lovers.
Somehow
All
the
those
other thing
things
which
are
works,
there.
which personally I don't believe in so much, is seeking wise counsel from those who are experienced and those who know you and those who know the other person. If you want Sister X at church, go to people who know you and people who know her.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Personally, yes, it works, though I don't believe in it so much because, personally, I go more into learning for myself and seeking out what is, or as much information as I can take in about dating. And then, and marriage and choosing, and then I'll go out there and I will use that standard to, like,
Yeah.
but there's nothing like the one and you're waiting for that one person and you remain single the rest of your
The
life.
rest of your life. And
Which is-
that's why someone will get heartbroken and they think that my husband has gone. My soulmate
Is gone.
He's gone. So I don't have any other person to.
Yeah.
Because you have broken your heart once.
Um,
Any other factor?
there is a saying that delaying is not failure. Because sometimes you lose hope. You are aging, heading to 30s. You are heading the mid-30s. You are not getting married. And people are like, what's wrong with this person? But people have got married at a very old age, and they are happily married. It's not about who is first, who is second, because we all have different timings. So some of the delayed marriages, maybe I think they are for God's intention. Because you might rush and go with the wrong person. But you might delay and God brings the what? The right
Or there's
person.
something that needs to change about you.
Yeah,
before
you
get
asked
into-
about the point of at what
Character.
age should a person get married. I posed both sides, ladies and ladies. So you might be having a plan of getting married in 1 year, yet God is saying no. And you might be contented that this is my wife and things fall apart.
And,
Exactly.
and by the way, she has mentioned the issue of age. Is there like an age at which people should get married?
Society, like
think it's
dictates.
society.
The time we finish school,
Yeah. Society.
But in all, God knows better.
Yeah.
It goes back to being ready, right?
Yeah, just
There are basics that you have to work on
yeah, as a person.
as a person. So, are you saying that the attention should not be on the other person but on me?
You as a person, prepare yourself. The moment you move out of school, that thing has to come into your mind. I have to get a job. I have to get married. Start preparing your mind. Make research about it. Because they usually say people just fall in love as if they think it's just something normal. You go without knowing how to handle a husband, how to handle a lady. You think for you it's just a process of producing kids, to fill the world as the Bible said. But it's not right.
One of the books I was reading recently, again, I'm forgetting the title, but it had two things. Before you ask if they are the one, ask yourself just two questions. Am I the one?
Am I the one?
Is God the one?
Yeah.
So whatever qualities you want in someone out there, a good woman out there, are they looking for qualities that you have?
Yeah.
You a young lady, a good man, as you're looking for a good man, but is a good man out there looking for you? Are you the person like he would be looking for?
Yeah.
So before you seek those qualities in others, build them in yourself. Then number two, is God the one?
one.
Does this bond please God? If me and her got together, would God be happy with a bond? If those two questions can be answered, you're good to go. Our parting shots. Debbie, what I want you to talk about, is there a time when it's too late? And are there problems with overweighting?
Yeah, there's a time where it gets too late, and even the age of the person comes with health complications, especially for the men and the women. And, okay, the men especially, when they're too old, it has something to do with the children when you go into that field of our bodies, how our bodies change and health. So a child that you can give birth to at 28 may not come out like the same child you can give birth to at 50. Yeah, you're too old, and it can affect the thinking of the child and the health of the child. So sometimes it is late, but God has the right timing. But you can also see
Like
that
you're
it's
raising
late.
your grandchildren.
Yeah, like you're too old for it. So God is concerned about our love life, and we need to listen because He speaks to us.
Yes. Your parting shots, Lily.
We as people, we don't know what the future holds, but we just have to trust and obey. Sometimes we are in a relationship and God talks to us, give us different signs to leave the relationship,
Red
but
flags.
we persist, the red flags. But you say, me, I want this one. God, this is the right person. Change him to be the right person, not by God's willing. So I just talk to the young people who are there who are not yet married. Is just keep praying, do your part, look after yourself, prepare yourself in the mind, economically, socially, be a good person, and God will bring the right person to you.
All right.
Thank you, Moses.
There's no place that promotes perfect relationship than social media. And I really do understand that social media is now part of our life. Whatever thing we do, whatever decision we do, we have to go to the internet and search. But one thing that I want to tell young people is that allow yourself be exposed to the realities of marriage. Things are different from social media.
not ideal.
Know
things
what
of
really happens in marriage.
Instagram.
Seek advice from people that have been there. Most people come before us when they are celebrating their anniversaries, but you will never hear them talking about the bad things. That I've been with my man, we have went through this, and now we're okay. Listen to these people. Don't mind about whatever thing happens.
After 20 years, no one talks about the wedding.
Yeah, no one talks about the wedding. They all talk about their success and
You
how
might
they
even
are
lose the
happy.
video if you're unlucky. You lose the video. Our parents got married and all they had were CDs and they lost them. Well, at least you can store them on the cloud. You can, maybe something can happen to your Google
one
account
talks
and you
about
lose
the
it.
wedding. By the way, we only talk about the wedding when it's fresh.
Yes.
2 weeks after, maybe.
After that, and by the way, someone is going to come up with something better than yours. So relax.
Relax.
Kaka nyamalala. Someone is coming to do something better than yours.
But again, if there is an opportunity of having such a wedding, use
If you
it.
can afford it, it's okay. I have no problem
You
with
can
that.
you go
If you can
with it.
afford it, if you can do a 500 million wedding and you can afford it and you want to go broke and you're not going to beg people to do it for you, we have no problem. My
Relax.
brother, may God, thank
Remember,
God for
it's God's
blessing
money.
you.
Don't be extravagant.
Thank
Yeah.
God for blessing you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think it's been a very interesting conversation. Thank you very much, guys. I think to me, my last word is two important questions. Am I the one? Is God the one? The search begins on your knees. Some of these fears of ours, especially us as young people, there has to reach a point where you have to face those responsibilities head on, what come may. We have nothing to fear for the future, except as we shall forget the way the Lord has led us and His teaching in past history. Sometimes when I think about where God has led me from, I'm like, why should I fear this thing of marriage? I think I will manage the responsibilities.
Oh, the
I will
best.
pay the bills. We shall get there.
All right.
Yes, by and large, may God bless us as
Amen.
we face this head on. It's been a very wonderful pleasure having you as part of us on this conversation. Keep it Hope Channel Uganda. Keep it the Youth Voice Show. Go on YouTube, check us out, subscribe, share, and leave your comment. Tell us what you think about this conversation we've just had. From myself and the rest of the team here at Hope Channel Uganda, see you next time.